Splinter the Silence by Val McDermid, narrated by Saul Reichlin. Chapter 1. Weekends were best. It was easy to avoid working then, so it was easier to watch the women he was interested in. Mostly they didn't go to work then either, so he had a chance to observe their routines and work out the best way to kill them. He was good at watching. His teachers and later his employers had always commented on his attention to detail, how he would never attempt a project until he'd weighed up the risks and the possibilities. The first time he'd killed, he reckoned he'd still been in a state of shock. But even then, he'd been able to make a plan and stick to it. Afterwards, he'd understood that act had opened a door to a mission. Now, his mission had assumed central importance in his life. Like today, he hadn't quite made up his mind who was going to be next. He had a couple of names on his mental list, and he knew how he wanted to kill the chosen one. It was mostly a matter of figuring out whether the logistics would work. When you were planning on hanging someone, you had to be sure there was something to hang them from. And he was in no hurry. The latest one remained fresh in his mind, a source of deep satisfaction. Perfectly executed. This one, though, she ticked all the boxes. But he wasn't going to be rushed into making a final decision. Not like the first time he'd gone out into the wild, as he liked to think of it. Sitting here now, watching a house where nothing was happening, it was thrilling to summon up the memory. Exciting, but unnerving too. So many ways it could have gone wrong. She'd been alone. It was so unexpected he'd forgotten how to walk and tripped over his feet. He grazed his knuckles against the brick wall, a rash of blood spotting the skin. He couldn't quite believe it, but she really was alone. No minder, no driver, no PA, none of the chattering bitches she used to get her validation from. Just her, jogging down the 5 steps from her front door to the narrow sweep of gravel that divided her unfairly lovely home from the street where the likes of him were exiled. He half expected the door to open again, one or more of her retinue to come blundering after her, running to catch up before she reached the gate.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?